We're going to be talking about the Therafin squeeze machine, also known as the Temple Grandin squeeze machine. For the past 25 plus years, Therafin's been manufacturing the squeeze machine that helps autistic individuals deal with pressure and sensory issues. And today we're going to look at the machine specifically on how to operate it, how to set the pressure. We're going to look at how to adjust it for the proper head positioning, the hand positioning, the body width. We're going to look at how to maintain the air compressor that comes along with the machine. And we're going to just go through and show you very simply how to use it. One of the first things we want to do when we get ready to use the machine is obviously read the operating instructions. And on the front of the machine here we have some basic rules that we need to go by. One is on the maximum pressure that the machine can be used at. There are safety valves built into the machine itself and to the air compressor that restrict it from going too far. But basically what we want to do is we want to set the maximum pressure anywhere between 50 pounds per square inch, or PSI, for a child, and up to 75 pounds for an adult. We never want to exceed these settings, so it's important that we set the pressure prior to using the machine. Also, we want to make sure that the machine is adjusted properly, that the machine is used with an individual accompanying a child. We want to walk through and very specifically follow these instructions. You'll find people who are both tactically defensive, so they don't want to be hugged at all, actually use the machine, as well as people who crave that deep pressure. So one of the things when someone who's tactically defensive, when they don't want people to hug them, this machine gives them the benefit to where they can be in control. And really the part of the tactical defensiveness that comes about from them pushing people away is because they're not in control of that hug. What the squeeze machine does, it allows them to be in total control. So when they pull, it squeezes. When they leave go, it lets go. And so they can actually develop a, what would you call it, almost an immunity to the tactical defensiveness over time, to where they can actually tolerate people hugging them after they get used to that feeling and knowing that it's safe and it's secure. The other thing is, the ideal time frame for this is just not 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but obviously it's going to take some time to grow in the length of time an individual will stay in the machine. So don't feel like it's a failure if they only get in it for a couple of minutes at the beginning and they're out. Ideally what we want to do is we'd love for them to stay in there for 15 minutes and have really a deep calming effect on their nervous system. The other thing is, if they continue to hold the lever constant for a long period of time, the body will habituate to the pressure and it'll just kind of feel like nothing. So varying the pressure, pulling and releasing will actually have a greater benefit on the physiological benefit of that pressure. Well, for individuals who may use the squeeze machine, I want to talk through just some characteristics that might help you decide who is a good candidate to use the machine and who's not. If you see an individual and they crave deep pressure, that is, if they're by a couch and they get under the cushions, if they like to get in between their mattress and their box springs, if they like you to sit on a beanbag on top of them, if they crave deep pressure in ways that are really self-injurious. So I've seen individuals who want to put their fingers into the cracks of doors and and various things that really harm them physically. They're seeking out that pressure. They're great candidates for the squeeze machine. So what I wanted to do is encourage you to look at their actual characteristics. It really is most effective when you're dealing with smaller children who start out and go up to those pre-adolescent years. One of the things that we've seen, a pattern at least, is that during those adolescent years, it's very challenging when they're going through hormone changes to get them to accept the squeeze machine. Sometimes it's a last-ditch effort, but we don't suggest to use the squeeze machine as a last-ditch effort to help calm an individual. It's much better to start early and have a program where they can learn and they can grow, and that pressure can help them and calm them down. We've also seen individuals who, as part of the regimen, use the squeeze machine, but actually that calming effect on their nervous system has helped them as they move on and do auditory and visual training in other parts of their regimen. So by introducing the squeeze machine into that process, we've actually seen them have greater benefits with some of the other training that they've done with their other senses. But I was just at a school in the last month, and they have about 95 autistic individuals, all the spectrum, all across the autistic spectrums. And out of those 95, pretty much 90% of those individuals were really acceptable of the squeeze machine. They got in, had some benefit from the machine. That facility that I was in has had the squeeze machine since about 2003. So they've been using the machine for about 9 years, still fully functional, and child after child is using that machine day in and day out. If you would like more information on the squeeze machine, please feel free to go to our website, which is www.therafin.com, and click on the squeeze machine. Additional information is also available through one of our distributors, Patterson Medical. So go to pattersonmedical.com and look up the squeeze machine for more information and how to purchase it. Thank you.